What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Duga, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today, man, I am going to preview and predict Sunday's huge NFC Divisional showdown matchup between my Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome in New Orleans on Sunday, yo. Here we go again, yo. Before I start this video, man, I just want to let everyone know, all of you know that whether you from Philly and you coming down to New Orleans, or if you're a Eagles fan in Louisiana, or shit, even if you was a Saints fan, yo, I will be at Dave & Buster's for this game in New Orleans. I will be at Dave & Buster's in New Orleans for this game. If you're not actually going to the game or already have plans elsewhere with family, friends, or etc. to watch this game, if you in New Orleans for this game, man, come holler at your boy at Dave & Buster's, man. I will be over there. I don't know exactly what time, but it will be before the game. Once the game start, I will be there. So if y'all want to come holler at me, talk with me, have a drink, just talk, enjoy the game, I'll be at Dave & Buster's in New Orleans, man. Y'all come holler at me out there. But since I got that out the way, man, what a win last week for my Eagles, man. I'm still trying to process this. It was big time. It was clutch. You know, got a little fortunate at the end. We actually blocked that field goal, by the way. So to all the Bears fans who want to kill Cody Parker and all this other stuff, man, the ball got blocked, yo. Like, give the man a break. You know what I'm saying? But big win for my Eagles last week, yo. Nick Foles with the game on the line against the #1 defense on the road. He drove us down the field, hit the clutch touchdown pass where he had to throw that thing sidearm with Leonard Floyd coming right in his face to go and to get the game-winning touchdown, man. And defensively, we played well with the exception of the last drive and a couple of drives before that. Avantae Maddox got to work on getting beat by these double moves. But besides that, man, he played well. The defense played well as a whole. Trey Sullivan, you got to come up with picks like that against the Saints. Now, if Breeze even give you an opportunity like that. Great win. Great win. Our season's still alive. We on a 4-game winning streak. We playing the best football we've played all year, yo. The offensive line is back intact. I still personally wish Wisniewski was starting over Malu, but it is what it is. We rolling with it. But great game by Jason Peters Sunday. Great game by Lane Johnson, Jason Kelce, Brandon Brooks, and all. My old line is finally starting to look like it did in the playoffs last season. Nick Foles, what can I say, yo? He's doing his thing, man. He has a little magic with him. He's clutch. He looks like a very clutch playoff quarterback. Now, we're going to have to get more of a consistent run game because we didn't run the ball a lick against the Bears, which is surprising. We was able to even score a little bit with absolutely no running game. Smallwood, we're going to have to get – we didn't really use Josh Adams that much. I've been kind of critical of him because I feel like he struggles with vision. I wish at times he would just hit the hole instead of trying to look for a hole. But instead of trying to look for a big hole, I wish he would just hit the little hole that's already there. But I don't know if it's that or if Dougie P didn't really trust him on the road in the playoff game since he's such a young player and he had that big fumble against Houston. But we rolled with Smallwood and Sproles, man. It's going to be refreshing to have Sproles back for this game. We didn't have Darren Sproles when we played New Orleans last time. Receiving core is doing their thing. Alshon Jeffrey is looking the best he looked all year. Nelson Aguilar is looking great. Golden Tate is solid. Zach Ertz, I love my 2 tight end combination with Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. They're doing their thing. Defensively, we got to put a little more pressure on the quarterback. Well, I don't think we got to Trubisky enough last week, but, you know, we got the big homie Fletcher Cox and Timmy Jernigan and Brandon Graham and Michael Bennett and Chris Long and all those guys. Linebacker core healthy. We got Nigel Bradham and Jordan Hicks out there healthy for this playoff run unlike last season. Secondary, it's a patched up secondary, man. But those youngsters are playing well. You got Avantae Maddox who was playing well. He was playing safety last time we played New Orleans, and he got hurt early in that game. You got Rasul Douglas out there. You know, he playing better. You know, we know the deal with Rasul. He gonna give up a big play, but he also could get you a pick. And shout out to Crayvon LeBlanc in the slot, man. He been holding it down in that slot position, man. To say we got him off of waivers in the middle of the season. You know, Malcolm Jenkins is the steady hand back there. He's steady Eddie back there. You know, he gonna line up everybody in the right place, and he gonna do his thing. And the other safety, you know, we kind of splitting time between Trey Sullivan and Corey Graham back there. Big win last week. Looking forward to this matchup. And as far as the Saints, I mean, what can I say, man? They're the #1 seed in the NFC for a reason. They're a all-tuned machine. You know, their offensive line been really good this year with guys like Teron Armstead and Max Unger, you know, Ryan Ramchick, Andrews Pete, and was it Larry? Is Larry Warfield? I think he got hurt or so. I don't know if he's still out there or not, but the quarterback Drew Brees, basically it's gonna be either him or Patrick Mahomes is gonna be the NFL MVP this season. Their running back core with Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram. Their receiving core with Michael Thomas. They just got a big get by getting Ted Ginn back healthy. They got the other youngsters like Traquan Schmidt and this Underwood guy who killed this Kurt Underwood, who killed this last time. Tight end, they got the veteran Benjamin Watson. Defensively, you know, they got Cam Jordan on that D-line, Sheldon Rankins, who had, if it wasn't for Fletcher Cox and Aaron Donald, you know, he'll probably be like an all-pro player this season. Linebackers, you know, they got Demario Davis over there. And in their secondary, they got Marshon Lattimore, Eli Apple, who's been a little up and down, but he is an upgrade from Ken Crowley. They got Marcus Williams back there, Kurt Coleman. They throw Von Bell in there here and there. They're a well-all-tuned machine, and they got Sean Payton pulling the trigger. I mean, they're the #1 team for seed for a reason. This team is 5-0 in the playoffs at home all time with Breeze and Sean Payton. And they put up points in that dome, man. They absolutely put up points in that dome. They coming off of resting last week, a first-round bye. Last game, they threw Teddy Bridgewater out there against Carolina. You can't really read much of anything into that game. They ain't playing none of their people. But the last time they really had to play, they had a big shootout win with the Pittsburgh Steelers that they was able to pull out, you know. Which leads to the last matchup. We got our butts kicked. Saints kicked our behinds, man. It was 48-7. I mean, granted, you know, we had the big homie Wentz out there who had the worst game of his career. This time around, we got Nick Foles. You know, we didn't have Darren Sproles out there, like I mentioned. You know, we got Darren Sproles this time. Defensively, man, we was playing with guys like Bosby at cornerback. Like, he ain't even on the team no more. Corners are a little better. And for what it's worth, we're going to wear white jerseys this time instead of green jerseys. But they kicked our behinds, man. My dad is a huge diehard Saints fan. The majority of my family is Saints fans. When I say my dad trash talked me, when I say I had family trash talk me, we the fraudulent champs, you know, at the time we was 4-6. Everybody, including myself to some degree, felt like we was dead. That was the nail in our season right there. Like, our season was done with, fini. And one play that sticks in my mind, man, and I know it sticks in our Eagles players' minds also, is 4th down and 7. The game was what, 38-7 in the fourth quarter? It's 4th and 7. They threw a wheel route to Alvin Kamara for a touchdown, man. The game was over. The game was out of hand. The game, it was over. Sean Payton and Drew Brees dialed up a wheel route, yo. I don't forget that play. Granted, at the time, it was what it was. I didn't like it. I know our players didn't like it, but hey, we losing, you know. You ain't gonna hear me cry. We're getting our butts kicked. But it's so ironic. At that moment, I felt like they was trying to put the dagger in us, you know, like they was just trying to put the dagger in us, like that shit, go home, y'all done. And here we are. Divisional round weekend. Oh, no, we not dead yet. Like, you want to kill us, not like, nah, this is the time to kill us. We still alive. I remember people posting memes with dead eagles in the street in New Orleans and this and that on Bourbon. Nah, we not dead yet. We here. We are here. The Super Bowl champs are here, yo. This is a heavyweight fight. Like, if you want the belt, you got to take it. Here, it's on my shoulder. Take it. I'm coming to your house where from what everybody talking, like, it's completely impossible to win over there, especially in a playoff game. Like, we might as well not even catch the flight to go to New Orleans. Like, I might as well not even go. Like, basically, the only reason I'm going to Dave & Buster's is to say hello to people who follow me, who I greatly appreciate and have an opportunity to sit down face-to-face and talk. Basically, that's the only reason I'm going to Dave & Buster's. The only reason we getting on the flight is to have something to do Sunday afternoon, according to most people. But we gonna see, yo. As far as matchups, man, when we on offense, our offense versus the Saints defense, I like our offensive line matchup against their pass rush. I feel like we could give Nick Foles some time. I like our wide receivers matchup against their secondary. Now, granted, Marshon Lattimore is a shutdown corner, is a beast. He's most likely going to be on Alshon Jeffrey. But I like the matchup with guys like Nelson Aguilar and Golden Tate and Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert versus the other defensive backs and linebackers. I like those matchups. I like Darren Sproles' matchup and coming out of the backfield. Where the Saints' strength is defensively is stuffing your run game, which, quite honestly, right now, we don't have a run game anyway. Like, let's just call it what it is. But they are susceptible to getting beat in the air. And I feel like we got to approach this game like we did in the Super Bowl, where we got to have the mindset, look, man, we got to score every time we got this ball to put pressure on this, to keep the pressure going. We got to go in there ready for a shootout. I feel like we got some favorable matchups in the passing game. If we could give Nick Foles time, like, we should be able to. Now, when it goes to the other side of the ball, our defense versus their offense is not a good matchup. Like, it's not a good matchup for us. Like, quite honestly, the key to this game is Fletcher Cox got to have a game of his life Sunday. He got to dominate where we got to get pressure on Drew Brees right in his face. Because one thing about Drew is he is a shorter quarterback. So if you could get pressure right in his face, you know, you either going to get sacks or you going to force him into making bad throws. You know, it ain't really about your edge pass rushes because Drew is so good at maneuvering in the pocket. Drew Brees he's much more athletic than people give him credit for, even at his age. He's not going to run out there and run around for you, but what he is going to do is buy himself time and create passing lanes to where he's the most accurate quarterback, most likely of all time. So what he's going to do is maneuver in the pocket and create passing lanes to throw it to these really talented receivers he have and the guys like Alvin Kamara out the backfield. So the key for us is Fletcher Cox has to get pressure on Drew Brees, and Tim Jernigan, those guys, have to get pressure on Drew Brees in his face. What I would like to see a little more of is Brandon Graham, you know, on passing, on obvious passing downs, is Brandon, which Jim Schwartz done in the Super Bowl. That's how we got the strip sack with Tom Brady, is put Brandon Graham in at D-tackle. Put him at D-tackle and have Bennett and Chris Long on the edges. Because the pressure is not around getting around the tackles. We got to beat the interior offensive lineman to get to him. We don't do that, man. Obviously, I don't like our matchups with our corners and DBs against their receivers. Like, let me just be honest. So, basically, what I see here is a potential shootout, which goes to my prediction. If we didn't play the Saints this year, or if we played them and we beat them, or it was a close... If we played the Saints, if we didn't play the Saints this year, or if we played them in Philly, or if we played them in New Orleans and it was a tight game, I feel like the Saints would really run away with this game. Like, I'm going to be honest. It's something about my team, man. Whenever everyone counts us out, whenever everyone leaves us for dead, when everybody's laughing, just think, ha, you can't do it. And I think it's something about us having a chip on our shoulder from us thinking about the way the Saints embarrassed us last time, from the way we feel like the Saints ran up the score, which credit to them, you know. I feel like my team is gonna be really motivated for this game, man. With all they can't, like, nobody's giving us a lick of a chance in this game. So you know what? I'm gonna go with my Eagles. The fact that we got revenge on our mind, the fact that we want a point to prove, I think we pull off the upset. I think we go down to New Orleans and we get the upset. I got my Philadelphia Eagles beating the New Orleans Saints 34-31. With that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go and give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Eagles content, man, throughout the season. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.